I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal for how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was called with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the premiere Knicks in the Morning show. I am your main man, Uncle Freezie. What's good? Man, it's good to see y'all. Good to be with y'all, man. I'm excited. The trade deadline is this week. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the trade deadline. I have a couple of things that I'm going to talk about just really quick, right? Just really quick. As a matter of fact, I need to write them down, right? So let me write these things down real quick. I'm going to write these things down, man. I meant to have them written down, but I had like 4 telephone calls before the show started. That's why I'm a little bit late. You know what I'm saying? So let me write these things down, and then I'm going to salute the chat. Right, let me see. Okay. All right. Just real quick. I should have had this written down already, everybody, but it's been a busy morning already. Mondays are usually pretty busy. So here we go. Now I'm going to start with this. So the Knicks lost to the Lakers Saturday night. So what? The Knicks lost to the Lakers. So the Knicks lost to the Lakers Saturday night. So what? No big deal. No team is going to go undefeated during a stretch or whatever. So tonight we have the Memphis Grizzlies. So we got the Grizzlies tonight. That's what I'm really focused on. Can the Knicks get back on to their winning ways? I think so. So the Knicks have Memphis and a couple of other teams. I think they have Memphis and I think Dallas or something this week. So what? I think we can knock off Memphis. I think Dallas would be a tough test, but whatever. Right. The point that I want to get at, though, is I need to ask a legit question to you guys, the Knicks fans. I'm going to ask a question to you guys, the Knicks fans, right? Does Jalen Brunson need ball handling help in the backcourt? Does Jalen Brunson need ball handling help in the backcourt? Saturday night kind of looked like, yeah, maybe Jalen Brunson needs ball handling help. Is that just a one-off, though? Is that just a one-off episode where the Lakers exploited a weakness because we had so many guys out due to injury? Or is this a bigger issue that may need to be addressed? And so on the one side, you can see that the issue Jalen Brunson faced against the Lakers is the same issue they faced against the Miami Heat in the playoffs that got the Knicks eliminated from playoff contention last year. Dante DiVincenzo probably was supposed to be that guy. Saturday night kind of exposed some things about the ball handling and playmaking. Should Jalen Brunson be the primary playmaker on the floor 100% of the time? Does Jalen Brunson need ball handling help? Should he be the primary ball handler 100% of the time? And if he is, what do we do to help make his job easier? Or if Jalen Brunson should split those ball handling duties 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, then what? That tea is hot. Miss Mocha brought some hot tea. My voice must be going already, y'all. I'm sorry. So if Jalen Brunson is the primary ball handler 100% of the time, should the Knicks go out and get more shooting and spacing on the floor to make Jalen Brunson's job easier? Or should Jalen Brunson be the primary facilitator of the Knicks offense 50% of the time, 60% of the time, 70% of the time? And if that is the case, what player do you go get to help share playmaking duties? And is that player already on the roster? Right? So those are a bunch of things to think about, right? Does Jalen Brunson need help with ball handling duties? Right? Does Jalen Brunson need help with ball handling duties? Should he be the primary ball handler, facilitating playmaker all the time? And depending on how you answer, how do you improve based on the answer you submitted? Right. Let me shout out to the chat. Real quick. I see a bunch of familiar faces. I want to say hello and good morning to a bunch of familiar faces. Soulfinger is in the building. Kenny Payne is in the building. What's good, Payne? What's happening? Payne was in here early. Metz is in the building. Salute. Mass is in the building. Cowboy Bob, what's good? Poon is in the building. Pastor J is in the building. What's good, Pastor J? I see your stuff on social media. Pastor J is busy. Bully is in the building. Bully, what's good, man? Travel Vibes is in the building. East Blue Drew is in the building. Rich Boy, what's happening? Man. Bronx Kicks for Life is in the building. Kev Middleton. Virtuoso is in the building. Okay. Eddie is in the building. Eddie, what's good? Ivory 10 is in the building. Ivory 10, we expect to see you at the trade deadline, bro. Sherwin is in the building. Okay, Sherwin, what's happening? Yo, John is in the building. Salute to John. John, what's good? Shop Powers is in the building. Let's go. Marshall L is in the building. I see you, boss. What's good, man? What's good? What's good? I see it's a bunch of people in the building ready to rock and roll. Yeah, man. Does Jalen Brunson need ball handling help?
Like you on the beat.
Yo, King Ribby's in the building. Good morning, sir. What's happening?
It's good, Freezie. It's good, boss. How you doing?
Man, it's good. I got a question on the floor, man. I'm asking everybody: does Jalen Brunson need ball handling help? Or does he need help otherwise? Does he need help right in the backcourt? And the reason why I asked that is because Dante DiVincenzo was brought in to help, but he was brought in to help with Emmanuel Quickly being here and with Quentin Grimes being healthy, right? But now that Quentin Grimes is hurt and Emmanuel Quickly is gone, RJ Barrett is gone, Julius Randle is gone, do you go out and acquire help for Jalen Brunson in the backcourt? Does he need backcourt help?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Of course. Okay. Because I don't see us. I mean, we could get somewhere, but I don't see us going to that next height. Like, I think we need one more person or two more people, or just one more person that completes everything that a one or two would do, as far as like pass, score, shoot, rebound, things like that, facilitate. So yeah.
Okay. So what degree of ball handling help do you think he should split the primary ball handling duties? Is what you're getting at?
Yeah, I think so.
So how would you like to see that split?
Because just say if Brunson was to play and just say, not to hypothetically, just say Murray, we should trade for Murray. Murray could play the two. Brunson would be the one, but he would actually be running the floor as the one. As I'm talking about Murray. And Brunson could play like off ball.
Right. They could flip-flop roles.
Exactly.
In tandem.
Facts.
So you'd like to see the Knicks go out and get a tandem guard.
Yes.
Right? Like a quality high-level NBA starter that can dribble, pass, and shoot, play point guard when Brunson is out and is playing off ball and
Yes.
is a weapon in his own right. Right? Could probably defend at a high level. Right? Could probably defend at a high level. And when the double teams attack Brunson, then that said player that's probably no more than 20 feet away at all times, right, can defeat the double team and still have the Knicks in offense.
Facts.
So the answer that you gave is DeJounte Murray.
Yeah.
I could see a world where a DeJounte Murray and Jalen Brunson backcourt not only survives but thrives. Right? Not only survives but thrives. I could see that. I could see a world where a player can come in and for about 30% of the game, for about 20 to 30% of the game, or 20 or 30% of Jalen Brunson's minutes, have a situation like when Jalen Brunson was playing next to Luka Doncic. Right? Where he plays off ball and just attacks double teams with his craftiness and ability to knock down the three. I think that in my mind, that's a viable solution. In my mind, that's a viable solution. Right? In my mind, that's a viable solution. If the Knicks are willing to pay the price, because for that player that you mentioned, King Ribby, see, you're not on the Honda lot anymore. I think you're on the Cadillac lot now. You know what I'm saying? I think you're on the Audi lot now. I think you're on that Lexus lot now. Right?
But I think this, not to cut you off, I think this is a little Lexus team a little bit. Like, you don't think so?
It depends on what I'm going by. What you personally, I believe it's a Lamborghini lot.
Okay.
Right. And so in my view, we're on the Lamborghini lot and we shouldn't be doing Honda shopping. That's what I think. I think the Knicks are a championship contender, and I personally don't think that we should be trying to buy minivans. Right? We shouldn't be on the Chrysler lot. You know what I'm saying? Looking at Chrysler minivans, and we have two Lamborghinis in the driveway. Or depending on how you look at Randall, like say you have a McLaren and a Lamborghini, right? Right. OG Anunoby is probably a Porsche. You know what I'm saying? And so when you look at those three, do you really need a minivan? I don't think so. You know, I think Jalen Brunson is probably a McLaren. Right? And so with that said, the fourth piece of that, do you think the Knicks are? Let me ask this as a side question. Do you think the Knicks see it the same way as we do? Do you think the Knicks front office think this team is a championship contender?
I mean, hold on real quick. I think they do, but I think they still, because I don't see why it's still getting reported like we still need somebody like else. So I guess the front office is still thinking like we still need, because I'm not gonna be funny, but Deuce is not a start, like you know what I'm saying, as far as for the backup unit. So if we was to get like a calm guy that play that backup well, like just say we get like Alex Burke just for the fun of it. Get what I'm saying? That would just like complete what we doing. If Randall is gonna be hopefully gonna be soon back, OG gonna be back. I think we gonna this like a championship team. To be honest, I just think we just missing a facilitator.
Okay. Okay.
But,
All right.
you know,
All right.
some people think we good as far as is. Like we could just right now just go out and just win it all. I don't believe that, in
Right.
my opinion.
Right.
But you know, other people have different beliefs. So you know.
Right. Right. And so I guess that leads us back to the original question that was a two-parter, and then the side question, right? So if Jalen Brunson needs help and needs ball handling help, if it's yes or no, who you go get, and if you said yes, then the side question applies right there, right? Then the side question, right? Are you in championship contention, so to speak? Do you spend your in this case, I'm going to say life savings because of what this front office accumulated since they've been here? Do you take all the assets that they've accumulated since they've been here, outside of what you normally get, right? Outside of the normal allocation, and go get a star, right? Go get a star, right? What I would suggest in that case is really think about where you are. So with the Alec Burks situation, do you think Alec Burks is enough? Do you need a I think Alec Burks is a used infinity. I think Alec Burks, no disrespect to Alec Burks,
How much miles?
analogy, because I like AB. AB is a great guy. I like AB, right? I like Alec.
Oh my god. The one you could get for $3,000? Not to cut you off. I said the Infinity that you could get for $3,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that the champagne color one.
The two-door.
Yeah. But in his day, in his day, it was worth something though.
Yeah. It was.
So yeah. So but yeah, that's my thought on it. Is so I'm asking you and the chat, right? I'm just gonna make it plain. Should you trade all of your assets for DeJounte Murray?
You talking to me or you talking to the panel?
Both.
Oh, well, it depends what assets you're talking about. In my opinion, like
all of them are on the table. All of them are on the table.
I probably, to be honest, I probably do Fournier, Grimes, and probably a good first round in probably like 3 seconds or like.
What if all Atlanta requires is 2 unprotected first? No Fournier and chat. Don't talk to me about salary. We already had this conversation a million times. I expressed this to you guys a million times. But say all the Atlanta wants is 2 unprotected first. Would you be willing to give Atlanta 2 unprotected first?
Hold on, not to cut you off. And we don't have to give up Fournier or Grimes?
bro, you gotta listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm telling you. All Atlanta wants is
Oh yeah,
two
I'm doing that.
unprotected first.
I'm doing it.
So it may be a 3-team trade or 4-team trade or whatever, where you can send Fournier somewhere else, and somebody else sends that to Atlanta, and you get something else from a third team.
Yeah, I would do it.
Right? Say for instance, it's a 3-way trade between the Knicks, Atlanta, and Washington. Right? Washington wants salary cap filler so he can come off during the summer so that they can get a free agent, right? And they want a young player, right? And so you give Atlanta what they want in those two unprotected first. And say Washington wants Fournier's salary so it can come off. And so they also want Grimes. And then they'll send Denny Avdija to us and Daniel Gafford or something to Atlanta. I'm asking specifically about Atlanta though, right? If Atlanta just wants 2 unprotected first round picks, would you do it?
Yep. I would do it in a heartbeat.
Oh, King Remy would give up the picks.
Yeah.
Oh, King Remy would give up the pick. Bro, you would give up the picks? You for real?
Yeah. Yeah. We acquire the picks back. To be honest, in my opinion.
So King Remy would give up the draft picks for DeJounte Murray and
Yeah.
Denny Avdija. I'm stunned, bro. As conservative as you are, you would do it?
Yeah, because all right. I don't want to get killed, you get what I'm saying, but I thought this was like a rebuilding team as far as with RJ quickly and stuff like that. But now that I see that we on some, you want to win right now, so let's go. Like I don't want to wait no more.
Okay. I'm just in shock. Chat. There is nobody in the Knicks universe that I've come across that's more conservative than King Ribby. There's nobody that plays his cards closer to the vest than King Ribby, right? Nobody is more thoughtful than King Ribby, right? King Ribby is like, when you ask a question, he gonna stop and think about what you said. He gonna analyze everything, right? King Ribby is like the high-level chess player. Like he's always thoughtful, always thinking things through. And for him to say that he would trade those draft picks for DeJounte Murray, push the chips into the center of the table, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I mean, because in the chat, if you say that in the chat, a lot of times people will be like, yo, Uncle Freezie, F them kids. We don't never draft. What you rebuild? You gonna rebuild and win a chip at the same time, Uncle Freezie? This is what the chat says, right? Or the chats be like, no, don't trade picks before they even hear what you get in return. They say, and this is a lot of people in the chat. No, don't trade them draft picks, right? But King Ribby says, yes, do it. How long is this championship window going to be open? Right? So for him to say that, bro, you like, yo, you know what?
I'm feeling confident, to be honest, because it's not that many. Like, to be honest, I could see Boston, but then again, I don't. So after that, who else in the East is like we gonna be number one? I think, and then the West. The only team I think we have to worry about, but then we I don't. It's probably um Minnesota.
Right.
But hopefully, if Mitch come back, then you don't have to worry about Minnesota because they
Right.
got two bigs.
But what we're talking about right now is the trade deadline. Like
Oh,
right
so
now,
then
because we can after the trade deadline, then we can have the playoff race conversation, and then after the playoff race is over, we can have the playoff conversation, and then when we get into the championship rounds, we can have the championship conversation. But today,
okay,
we're thinking about the first thing that approaches, and that's the trade deadline. Right. And so if you think about both, like if you still are compelled to think about both, if you're still compelled to think about the championship rounds and the trade deadline, right? Then why not make the move? So Bronx Kicks for Life, should I make the argument against making a move at the deadline? King Ribby, is there an argument to be made about not making a move at the trade deadline?
I mean it is, to be honest, because it is still fans that still think like we don't need nothing else. Like I be seeing, this guy named Raw Hebrew.
Yeah, I heard that.
You know, every time he always say we stay packed, we good, and I don't feel that way. But everybody have their own opinion. But yeah, I don't feel that way. I think we need one more. I think we. I'm not trying to bash him, but I don't think Deuce is it. Like for real, for real. So it's like I don't know. He need more seasoning.
Yeah, out of respect for that man and his platform, I ain't really gonna say nothing about that. But about him, I'll say the thing about the take though. I think that take is trash, and the reason why I say the take is trash is because you don't have proof that that staying pat actually works. And how many chances are you gonna get to try to win a championship? So salute to him and that, but that I can't ride with that take because a front office's job is always to improve talent.
Exactly. Like
That's their job. What do you need a front? Why do you hire a front office if the front office is not trying to improve the team? Right? And so my thing is this. My thing is this. You have to at least look to improve, even if you can't. But to say don't do anything makes zero sense. Nah, we good. We ain't gonna do nothing. We just gonna stay right here. We just gonna rock with what we got. It makes zero sense. And the thing about it is, I'm not saying that to say that the team is a bad team and all of that stuff, right? I'm not saying that, right? What I'm saying is every human looks to be a better version of themselves today than they were yesterday, right? And if you can't be a better version today than you was yesterday, right? Then at least be the same. Don't hustle backwards, right? So if you're the Knicks, I think is obligatory for you to look to improve, whether it's on a grand scale or around the fringes. So for everybody that thinks that Knicks should stay pat, salute to them because they're diehard Knicks fans too. It's just we have a difference of opinion. Right.
Facts.
But if I'm in charge of the Knicks and I see the Knicks not looking to improve, I'm firing everybody. What do I pay y'all for? What do I pay out these hundreds of millions of dollars for if you guys are not going to look to improve the roster?
It's like, oh my God, man.
Ruby, you feel like you don't have to like for everybody listening. You like I hope you guys just don't agree with me just to don't just go along to get along. Or if you're on the other side, I hope you don't go along just to get along with them either. You know what I'm saying? I like the fact that everybody has an opinion and they state their opinion. But my thing is this. You pay hundreds of millions of dollars to very smart and experienced people to do one thing, and that's improve the organization. And when you don't do it, that's a waste of unlimited resources. Time is unlimited. And people say time is limited. Time is not limited. Y'all get what I'm going with it. You may have deadlines, but time is still going to march on. Right? But you invest money and time and research and energy and intellect and all that stuff just to say, we're not gonna make the best use of all the aforementioned items. We're just gonna stand pat. And when you suggest a thing like that, in my opinion, it's a waste of resources. But so what? Dolan's rich, right? Dolan's rich. Dolan can hire more people, spend more money, buy more computers, buy faster internet, buy all these programs, all this stuff. He can do that, right? But the one thing that James Dolan can't buy is time. Can't buy it, bro. And James Dolan has been here for 25 years. James Dolan has been here for 25 years with one trip to the NBA Finals in 25 years.
Think he happy?
No, I think he wants to win. I think that man wants to win at all costs. He just doesn't know how to go about doing it. It's the reason why you've seen him do it the wrong way a lot of times. And right now, understanding that he did it wrong a lot of times, now he's trying to correct it with the addition of Leon Rose in his front office. So he's investing in Leon Rose and stepping away, moving out of the way to let that man do his job. But in my opinion, and I've been watching basketball for a long time, and it doesn't mean I know everything. It just means I'm experienced, right? It doesn't mean that I'm smarter than people that are younger than me, right? It doesn't mean that I know it all, and I'm gonna try to nephew everybody. I'm not trying to do that, right? What I'm saying is that I've been watching the Knicks for a long time, and I've seen teams in the Eastern Conference use less resources and win, right? I.e. the Toronto Raptors. I've seen the Toronto Raptors make one major trade and 2 to 3 smaller significant trades and win a championship. And so what I'm saying to the Knicks fans at this time, right? At this time, you can continue to drive the speed limit, right? And you're going to get to your destination, but there are cars in the fast lane. And I'm not telling y'all to drive fast, because Lord knows New Yorkers drive fast. People from Long Island, y'all drive fast as hell. Yo, y'all cats from Long Island, bro. I think y'all must have put a cinder block on the accelerator or something. Shout out to Long Island, right? But here's the thing. There are teams in the fast lane, and they live in the fast lane. The Boston Celtics, right? They're in the fast lane. They don't care. They were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, and they traded their center and point guard. Right? And the Knicks were in the second round of the playoffs last year, and our move was signing Dante DiVincenzo. The Celtics legit traded for Kristaps Porzingis. And we gave Josh Hart a 4-year, $80 million extension. So ultimately, what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is do you want to stay at the speed limit? Now, mind you, the people that are driving slower than the speed limit will never catch you. It's science. It's physics. The people in the slow lane won't catch the people driving the speed limit. But the ones that you want to catch are in the fast lane. So you can stay in the slow lane as long as you want. You'll be safe. You're eventually going to arrive on your destination. You don't know when. But those teams in the fast lane, they don't care. And I got a news flash for everybody also. That fast lane is filling up fast. Because while we don't think so, but the Orlando Magic are in the fast lane. The Indiana Pacers are in the fast lane, no pun intended. They're trying to catch Boston, and they don't care if they have to pass the Knicks. The Knicks are just in their way. Right? So what I'm saying is, with 30 games left, or however many games we have left, right? However many games we have left, I feel like in this sprint to the finish, the Knicks may need to add additional pieces, King Ribby.
Of course. I think.
Yeah.
It's probably one. I think it's just one. If we just get one, but one that could do 75% of what we need, then I think we'd be good.
Okay.
I think, and then that clutch sports and stuff like that. I think we're gonna get DeJounte. I'm not even gonna lie, because just seeing either that or it's gonna be somebody else next season. Because it's just lining up just too perfectly for some reason. Like,
hey, did you see the news out of MSG Saturday night?
what news?
LeBron James was using a Knicks towel.
Oh no, I ain't see that.
LeBron James was using a Knicks towel during the game, sending a message to the Lakers like, y'all better do something or I'm out of here.
Oh my God. LeBron James, savior of New York Knicks. It's just crazy. If he was to come and we win it, that's gonna be the thing, right?
Of course.
Yo. Oh my God.
of course. My only thing though is I don't think this LeBron James is I don't think he is in his all-time great form. I don't think he's in his all-time great form. Of course not. The man has been in the league 21 years. but would he be that ball handler? Would he be that ball handler next to Jalen Brunson that we all think, or most of us think we need, right? And if you get LeBron James, what part of your starting unit are you trading away?
To be honest, I know I'm gonna get killed for this too again.
The
But
first name people want to mention is Julius Randle.
yeah, that's
right.
like
The first name people want to mention is Julius Randle, and what I would say is, if I'm them, I'm not doing a Julius Randle for LeBron right now. And listen, I know. Look, in my opinion, GOAT status goes LeBron James, Steph Curry, Michael Jordan. Right? That's my top 3 GOAT status, and sometimes it changes. Sometimes I go back to Mike, sometimes I go back to Steph. But I think LeBron James is probably one of the greatest players, top 3 players to ever breathe breath. Right? But the thing is all those players get old. That's like asking me, would I trade Jalen Brunson right now for Steph Curry? No.
you not
Absolutely. Absolutely not.
If they said you could get 2 chips right now if you was to do that, you wouldn't do that?
Of course I would do it.
Okay.
Right? But the thing about a 35-year-old point guard,
No, of course,
is in his greatness, right? In his greatness, he can win you big time playoff games. But the other night he scored 60 and still lost. Is his impact the same at his advanced age?
but then you got, not to cut you off, you got to look at the surrounding cast. Like, I don't think Draymond is it no more. Like, for real. Clay is declining very rapidly.
Right.
So it's like he's the last of the Mohegans, I guess.
Right. And what I'm saying to you is that if you bring up their supporting cast, right, with Steph, why not just improve our supporting cast with Brunson? Brunson is about 10 years younger, somewhere in there, 7 years younger, something like that. Whatever. We rounding up. Right? LeBron has maybe 2 good years left in him. But his salary is gonna handcuff you like it does the Lakers. Right? Once you get LeBron, there is no more adding other pieces. See, right now, that's the reason why Fournier's contract is so especially attractive, is because it's a get out of jail free card for a team that's in salary cap hell. If I'm the Knicks, if I'm the Knicks, I'm holding on to Evan Fournier and legit using him as a get out of jail free card. And I know it's listen, I know we got to treat Evan Fournier better. We need to start at least playing him. Right? Make him feel like an NBA player. Don't ruin his career. Right now, we're looking at Evan Fournier as if he's 35. That man's 30. That man's still young. Right? That man still has a long time to play in the NBA. But with everybody pressed up against the salary cap, why give them Evan Fournier's contract so they can have $20 million in free agency money when we can have $20 million in free agency money? You feel me?
Yeah, I get it. Because supposedly that's supposed to be that money is for the big fish.
Yeah. What I'm saying is if we're gonna make the best use of our assets, right? If we're gonna make the best use of our assets, then you have to look at all assets. Don't always mean money. This is the thing that I tell people all the time, like in my field, the thing I do on a daily basis. Assets doesn't always mean liquidity. Like your checking account and savings account is not your only asset, right?
Yeah.
If you own your own home, if you own a car, if you own a boat, if you have services that you can offer, these are all assets, right? If you have an investment home, say you own an apartment building or whatever, that's an asset. And Evan Fournier's contract to the Knicks is an asset. So why rush to get rid of Evan Fournier's contract if it doesn't bring you immediately a very, 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 very impactful player that's going to help Brunson? If it's just something even, then keep it. Right, King Ribby, anybody ever asked you for change for $1?
Yeah.
They're like, yo, you got change for $1? And you give them $1 and they give you 4 quarters. Guess what you did?
Tell me.
Nothing. You ain't did that transaction is a net zero. Right? Mm-hmm. That transaction is a net zero. You gave them $1 and they gave you 4 quarters. Both sides equal 100 cents. Both sides equal $1. That's a net zero transaction. And so why would you take Evan Fournier's contract and move it for Malcolm Brogdon? In my opinion, think about what I'm saying. Malcolm Brogdon for Evan Fournier, Grimes, a 1st round pick and a 2nd round pick. We lost that trade. That's ridiculous.
I wasn't. Who said that? I wasn't doing that.
That's the trade offer I heard. That's a trade. Yeah, that's a trade offer I heard on the internet. Right. Where you win in a transaction is somebody give you 5 quarters for $1. Right? You win, right? Because you get $1.25 for $1. Right? And our dream has always been for us that grew up in the hood. Now, all of us are not hood, right? Like I'm not hood, but I grew up in the hood. I grew up in Jersey City, right? Up on the hill between Jackson and MLK with the PS-15. That's where I grew up at. A very dangerous place. It's even worse right now. That's where I grew up at. But that wasn't in my heart, right? That's where I lived, but that wasn't in my heart. I never wanted to be that, right? And so what I'm saying is, even in those times as a little kid, when you saw all that stuff, cats be like, yo, what's happening, blood? Nothing, man. Trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. You know what I'm saying? These people I'm trying to get a 600% markup on my 15 cent. I'm trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. The transactions have to make sense. You don't do the transactions just for exercise. Right? King Ribby, what if I ask King Ribby to go to the post office and mail me $1, and then I go to the post office and then mail him back 10 dimes? Ribby, for real, legit, you gonna be like, yo, what are we doing, right?
Yeah.
This don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So the thing with Evan Fournier's contract, right? Say you go to Phoenix, say you go call the Phoenix Suns and say, we'll give you Evan Fournier for 2 of your role players. And first thing they can be, sure, okay. They're going to jump all over that because you know what happens? They'll have extra money to spend. It'll move their salary cap down during the summer where they can make more moves, right? And then we get those role players, and then they'll be stuck on the book, on the bench, not playing. So, Ribby, I want to get off that for a second, though, and just talk about this.
Right.
Or ask you about this. Right. I want to ask you about this.
No, hold on. Not to cut you off, but it's like sirens going on. So just give me like 1 minute.
Oh, is sirens going on in Brooklyn? Really? King Ribby act like that's the first
okay. Nah, I ain't want to like stop, your show and stuff like that. But go ahead.
No, okay.
It's good now.
No, respect. I got you. I got you. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Valuing the fact that a joint like this has to be pristine with audio and all of that. So,
Exactly.
So respect. But I'm gonna ask you this question though. Does New York need a star?
Oh God. We do, but we don't. That's how I'm gonna put it. I'm talking about because I see with all the hype and stuff like that, yeah, we need a star and things like that. But in my opinion, I don't think he's a he's a star. No, he's not a star yet, but he's a upcoming star. And which is Jalen Brunson. I think Randall is like a star a little bit. It's just things that it's just one thing Randall got to do, and if he does that, he solidify that for me, and that's the turnovers. Other than that, he has no in the playoffs. We don't know how he's gonna do in the playoffs, but other than that, no one have nothing to really say about him. So I think we don't need a star, to be honest. I think we do have one. I think we do have two.
Is enough.
Yeah, that's a fact. One star is enough.
I'm gonna say no on the star thing. I asked because I was going back and forth all weekend on it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And my take on it is this. Right. New York is made for stars. Right. The city is built on the back of stars in every arena, in every forum, in every category, in every subject. When you think about stars, you think about New York City. You think about star-studded. You know what I'm saying? When you think about star-studded, you think of one or of two places. You think about New York City and you think about Hollywood. Right? And in the case of the Knicks needing a star, I think the Knicks deserve a star. I think for those of us that are born and raised in the New York tri-state area, is what we're accustomed to. Stardom. People with big personalities and big egos, right? Stars coming together to play together to bring a championship to a city that lives on stars.
But listen, not to cut you off. That
Yeah, don't
means.
come in. Let me finish. Don't
Oh,
come in.
God.
Yeah. New York is built on the back of that, like stardom, right? And as long as in this millennium, there has never been a time where all the stars want to come to, be in, play for, represent the New York Knicks. If you're 30, right? If you're 30 and you probably been a Knicks fan for like 15 years and the only stars that you can point at are Carmelo Anthony and Jalen Brunson on the rise, that means you've been deprived of stardom. New York is built on that. New York is built on the back of Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Reggie Jackson, Derek Jeter, Aaron Judge, Odell Beckham, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Carmelo Anthony, Patrick Ewing, right? And if you're on the Knicks side of things, saying that one star is enough is telling me that you have not seen your team win a championship. Because if you've seen your NBA team win a championship, you know that one star is never enough. 2 stars is never enough. 3 stars is never enough. Right? You got to have those players in those moments, in those games, to live up to the moment. You got to have it. New York is built for stars. Even if it's just a comic book star, even if it's just Superman or Captain America representing Jamaica Estates. Even if it's Spider-Man representing Flushing or Captain America representing Bensonhurst. Stars are from here, right? New York needs stars. The thing about the Knicks is we've gone so long without 2 or 3 stars coexisting that we feel as if we can make one star do. And I'm asking you, when have you ever seen the Knicks make one star do? How many championships does Patrick Ewing have? How many championships does Carmelo Anthony have? How many championships does Bernard King have? Right? And I hate to dig up dead bodies, but for those that think one star is enough, are only succumbing to the fact that one star here is what they're used to. Right? But at the same time, you're also used to not having a championship. And so if you want to get into that championship mindset, that annual perennial championship conversation, you have to add stars. Right? And the second part of it is stars make your borderline coach better. Because it's not about the X's and O's. It's about the Jimmies and Joes. Right? When Doc Rivers was coaching the Orlando Magic, nobody thought Doc Rivers was a great coach. But he took the Boston job, And with all that talent he had in Boston, he won a championship. And then Doc, without all that talent, is the same guy he was in Orlando. Nick Nurse won a championship with Kawhi Leonard and a bunch of guys. After Kawhi Leonard, Nick Nurse is just an average NBA coach. Mike Malone is an average NBA coach, but you give him a Jokic in his prime and a Jamal Murray, and all of a sudden Mike Malone looks like a great coach. What I'm saying to you as a Knicks fan is you are so used to the one-man show that you don't understand that in order to win, you have to have a Justice League, right? One hero can't save the day in the NBA. You have to have the Avengers. You have to have a Justice League. You have to have a group of stars coming together for a common goal, even if it's only for the short term, 2 or 3 years, like a 2 or 3 year window. If you think Jalen Brunson and Randall and OG are enough to go up against Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, whoever their center is, right? If you think Jalen Brunson, OG, and Randall and role players are enough to beat Derek White, Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum by himself is Jason Tatum and whoever they have at center, you think the Knicks legit have a shot of knocking them off without adding a guy? I think we're delusional. And in that delusion, what we're going to do is when this team loses because they're undermanned, we are going to blame the coach or blame Randall, the scapegoat. The championship level teams know that in order to be a championship contender, you have to add talent all the time. You have to add upper level talent all the time. Saying this is enough to win a championship makes me think that you don't know what a championship is. And if you feel like staying pat with what we have is enough, then explain to me how many championships the Knicks have won recently with the guys that they currently have. Right? And so I was told, King Ribby, I was told that, you don't have to go out and get a guy because the guys on the roster are going to step up when it counts. And I'm here to tell you that that's not the case for just the Knicks. Everybody steps up when it counts across the NBA, but everybody doesn't have talent. Knicks fans, we have to go get a star, another star. This is what New York is built on. New York is built on stars. When the Rangers won their championship, they were loaded with stars. When the New Jersey Devils was winning their championships in the tri-state area, they were loaded with stars. When the New York Islanders were winning their championships, they were loaded with stars. When the New York Football Giants were winning championships, they had stars like Strahan and Tuck and Kiwanuka, whatever his name is. You have to go out and get stars. You have to have stars. That's how you win in this league. Because no matter how much you scheme, you can scheme as much as you want. The human body can only give a certain amount of effort. But talent is different. Yo,
If I may.
the siren going?
Yeah, nah, yeah,
Uh,
bingo.
okay, okay, okay.
If I may. It's two people that one that express they love for New York relentlessly, which is Spider. And it's another one on the West that's a two guard that's light skinned. He's like a complexion. Easy.
Right.
Booker.
I'm
Because I don't
Nigerian,
think
bro.
talking about complexion wise. I don't see that tangent going well, in my opinion. So if we could get him, I think that's it, to be honest.
So so a long time ago, I used to be 30. I used to be 28, 29, 30, long time ago. And I remember saying, man, if we can get Magic Johnson, man, if we can get Michael Jordan. I remember having a conversation. No lie, I remember having a conversation. Yo, when Mike come back, man, he gonna sign with the Knicks, man, because he gonna get tired of playing with the Bulls. That's why he retired. Yo, we need to get Shaquille O'Neal, man. You see how Shaq be breaking them rims in Orlando? We need to just trade for Shaq. Yeah, I remember looking at Larry Bird the night, Larry Bird was gonna become a free agent at 12 o'clock. And I remember us staying up waiting to see if Larry Bird was gonna sign with the Knicks or the Pacers, right? And the NBA jumped in that same day and made the Larry Bird exception, where a team can pay their player a certain amount of money in years in order to keep him on the roster. That's where the Larry Bird exception come from, because Larry Bird was going to leave. The Celtics didn't have any money, right? And I wished on a star, I remember saying, man, all the Knicks got to do is trade for Mitch Richmond. Wrong. Golden State traded Mitch Richmond to Sacramento or wherever he went. Right? I remember thinking, man, all the Knicks got to do is trade for Reggie Miller, the Gotham Strangler. Yo, I remember thinking there's no killer like Reggie Miller. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm in there, no lie. I remember bumping Junior Mafia, Lil C's, and Lil Kim and all of them, and all of that, thinking Reggie Miller to the Knicks would be a perfect fit. And King Ribby, we still wishing on a star, bro. We not getting Devin Booker, bro. These are the same wishes that we used to. These are the same dreams that we dreamt generations ago, and they still didn't come true. Right? These are the same dreams we dreamt those dreams 30, 40 years ago, bro. They still hadn't come to fruition, bro. Yo, all we got to do is wait for Luka to get disgruntled, and then we'll just throw him the bag. Nah, it's not happening, bro. It's not happening. Yo, it's like on the block. You know how the block have so many problems? Yo, ain't nobody coming from the outside to save the block. The block got to save itself. The block has got to save itself from itself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that the Knicks can't go out and get a guy and all that stuff, but think about what we're asking. We're asking about a guy that was drafted by a team, played 10 years with that team, right? And get mad at that team and want to come here. You know what player I'm talking about?
Which player?
Joel Embiid. That's like thinking we're gonna get Jokic. Jokic drafted in the second round by that team, right? Played all those years with that team and think randomly he's gonna get upset and want to come to New York.
Donovan did. We had him, and then I don't know what happened. The front office, I don't know what they did, but I thought that move was supposed to happen. To be honest,
And we didn't make it, right?
yeah, because we didn't want to give up Grimes.
What does Grimes
Like,
look like right now, though? A young up and coming player. He needs some time to develop. You know what I'm saying? In about 3 or 4 years, he's gonna be a legit baller. But the championship window is open right now. Do you wait those 3 or 4 years for Grimes? Give Grimes time to develop and become the player that he thinks he can become? Or do you take advantage of this championship window?
Take advantage.
Yeah.
That's why I understand what they doing now, but it's like, let's go. Like, what y'all doing now? Like, okay, I got OG. Okay, now that's the next. That's it. Like, I don't want to see that's the only thing we get, and that's it. And then we just gotta go throughout the playoffs. And I mean, I'll be content with it, but I don't feel like that's like that's gonna,
Right. So real quick, man, the phone blowing up, man. I gotta get to the day and get this day started, man. But really quickly, if not DeJounte Murray, then who?
I would, for right now, to be honest, I would do a 2-for-1. Because I don't feel Sims is, I don't get what I'm saying. So I would call the Wizards and talk about Tyrus Jones,
Okay.
and Daniel Gafford.
Okay.
That would solidify us until next season, and then we could make some moves as far as like a blockbuster trade, something in that effect, to make our team even more dangerous. But I feel that team is dangerous already. It's just we just need a facilitator, to be honest, in my opinion.
To keep it a stack, I think the off-season moves thing is a pipe dream. Right. That's my take on it, because I hear people kick the can down the road all the time. Right. Since I've been doing this, it'll be 4 years in October. It'll be Blorange Tears' 4th anniversary in October, right? And I'm talking about full-blown Blorange Tears, like rocking every day, getting on the mic with the number one chief rocking, and us, opening up the live stream, having people in the panel, chopping it up, and doing content and all of that, right?
Congrats.
Every year in them 4 years, I hear Knicks fans kick the can down the road. But you know what you do, and you know what you also doing when you kick the can down the road? You kicking your championship dreams down the road one more year. How many years you gonna keep kicking the can down the road? Right? King Rippy, think about it. Do you want to have this be having the same conversation this time next year? Yo, it's 2025. Me and King Rippy rocking in the mornings. King Rippy, the rap sensation. Go get his album, the catalog. You know what I'm saying? And we still talking about the Knicks making a star trade in the offseason. Kicking the can down the road to the summer of 2025. And then the Knicks don't draft in 2025. Right? And then we like, yo, nah, man, at the trade deadline, we're gonna do something. At the trade deadline, we're gonna do something. And then 2026 is here. Yo, check him out. Uncle Freezie, the number one chief rocker, King Rippy in the morning. Check him out. Rap all-star celebrity, rap goat, hip-hop legend, hip-hop artist, King Ribby, get his album. But we're gonna kick the can down the road. How many times you gonna kick the can down the road before the can ain't no good, or you done got to the end of the road? On that note, everybody, on that note, I got to get out of here and get to my day. Thank y'all for rocking. King Ribby is awesome as usual. I didn't put the link in the chat, man. I just had too many things going on. I just wanted to have like the simplified conversation this morning. King Ribby, thank you for coming through and rocking. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna try to holler at y'all later.
Appreciate
Peace,
you.
everybody.